Today, Voices from Oxford is talking to a very interesting delegation from China, from a region near Shanghai called Suzhou. And I think it's best that they introduce themselves. So, please, say who you are.
Hello, I'm Allison Zhu from Study at DushuLake. We are an international education exchange platform from the Suzhou DushuLake Science and Education Innovation District. Actually, it's a long name, but it's something like a university town in China. So we've already attracted 26 universities from both home and abroad. They are elite universities in the world. For example, the Chinese universities, we have Xi'an Jiaotong University, Renmin University of China, like the Chinese Yale, USTC, which is the University of Science and Technology of China, Suzhou University, the local one, Wuhan University, Sichuan University, etc. We have a group of top Chinese universities. And in addition to the Chinese universities, we have also attracted first-tier universities around the world. For example, we are discussing collaboration with Oxford University, and from UK we also have another very famous joint venture program between Xi'an Jiaotong University and the University of Liverpool, which is called Xi'an Jiaotong Liverpool University. And then from Singapore, we have National University of Singapore. And from US, we have UCLA, University of Dayton.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and we also have universities from Australia, say University of Sydney and Monash University. So it's a big university town.
Yes, and what is your role too?
My name is Leah. I work together with Allison. We are a team. The Study at DushuLake is an education brand, our investing company founded last year.
Yes.
Yeah, so our employer is called Suzhou DushuLake Science and Education Development Company.
Right.
It is a state-owned company from Suzhou Industrial Park. So it is an investing and also managing vehicle of the DushuLake Science Education and Innovation District. So our education brand was founded last year. It is committed to bring all the top research and education resources from universities from all over the world to Suzhou.
Yes.
But in the meantime, brand also is committed to sending the students locally all over the world to have a taste of these college experiences. So this is actually the purpose for our visit to Oxford for this trip.
Let me also, for our viewers, I think it would be very important to explain that when you talk of industrial park, many people in the West will think of this as being the uninteresting part of a city with all the warehouses and factories. Yeah. But actually, the Suzhou Industrial Park is beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
It is a park. I mean, of course, there are the innovative and cutting-edge technology companies. It's a kind of incubator, isn't it, for all of that?
Yes.
And there are famous universities, as you said, and also Suzhou itself, historically, is extraordinarily beautiful and interesting. It's one of the most interesting cities in China.
Yeah.
That's correct, isn't it?
Yes.
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 Yes. Now, I want to come then to DushuLake. Study at DushuLake. Now, DushuLake is the lake in that
a university town area.
Yes, that's right, exactly. Yes, I've seen it, of course, because I've been there. I've lectured at
2 years ago.
Xi'an Jiaotong Liverpool University. I've also been a professor, incidentally, at Xi'an Jiaotong itself.
All right, good for you.
For 3 years, I was a visiting professor. Had the great joy of visiting the old capital of China, Xi'an, Chang'an, as it was in the Tang Dynasty. But now I want to come to the main question which we want to discuss today. Study at DushuLake is the title, and you've already explained a little bit of its purpose, but how do you achieve that purpose? How does it work? What does somebody do if they're interested in Study at DushuLake?
Actually, for Study at DushuLake, now we are using a very popular mode as O2O. So for the online part, we have a Chinese WeChat account, which is like the Facebook. Yes. The Chinese Facebook, and we have a very professional and active account. Now we already have like 3,000 followers. They are
so it's growing already.
Growing already.
Yes.
We have the followers. Some of them they are from the education field, from the education authorities, and there are teachers, students, parents. We publish the education concept on our WeChat account, and also we organize different lectures, because we have so many very good professors from all over the world visiting us every year. So we invite them for free lectures, which is open to the public. And also we organize culture exchange activities.
Yes.
We have different university from different countries, so it's very easier for us to organize those international activities.
Yes. And is all of this in English or also in Chinese?
Both.
Yes.
Yes.
The majority of those events in English.
Yes.
Like Dr. Kim, the director of Voice of Oxford, we invited her last year for an open lecture about communication to the students in Suzhou. It attracts, I think, over 100 students interested in the topic.
Yes, and she was lecturing in English.
Yes.
Yes. But I asked that question because, clearly Chinese is one of the largest languages in the world, and the total number of speakers of Chinese is enormous. And do you see it then as being bilingual in this kind of way in the future?
Yes, of course, because the official language, of course, is Mandarin.
Indeed,
but the students started to learn English from elementary school.
So it now English gets taught at that early stage.
Yes, earlier than before. Like for us, it's like
elementary school.
But from like the fourth grade. But now it's from the beginning.
Okay.
They are taught in English.
Now I come to the question, which is, why are we here in this room? Why have you come to Oxford? What's the visit here to do?
I only mentioned the O2O, the online part. Now, Leah, you can explain the offline part and our purpose today.
For the offline part of our study at DushuLake, for the last year, for example, we have invited over 20 professors all over the world to give free and open lectures to our students. And in the same time, we also, in collaboration with some other education organizations like TED, we co-sponsored an English-speaking contest, which actually will have a final very soon this month. There will be over 400 students participants this speaking contest. And also we are in collaboration with our international schools in the Suzhou region, and also we have sports events every month. So it's a very active platform. It combines education and cultural and also academic and research elements all together.
Right.
So this is actually the offline parts. For the purpose of this visit, the first part is because of the collaboration history with the University of Oxford. Your former Vice Chancellor, Professor Hamilton, paid a visit to Suzhou 2 years ago.
Yes, actually, he's still the Vice Chancellor until the end of this year. That's okay, though. That's fine. The viewers will enjoy that.
And also, the Suzhou Industrial Park signed a framework agreement with Oxford University over 2.5 years ago. And so already ISIS, the Technology Transfer Center of Oxford, opened a Suzhou branch. So this is what we have already collaborated for the government to university part. But for the student exchange part, we want to extend that because there's a lot to do. Our concept is there is a lot of Chinese students and parents that are very blind-minded when choosing which country and which university and which academic focus the students want to choose. Very blind-minded.
We notice that here in Oxford now because the number of Chinese students applying to come to Oxford University. It just goes up and up and up.
Yeah. They have very high grades.
Yes.
So they are capable, I think, of in terms of completion of all the study here. But what we think the Chinese students and parents lack of is to find the true interest in the students themselves.
Yes, that's very important.
Yeah.
It's one of the things that matters a lot to Oxford because we're not so much interested in what do you know, but how do you think?
How do you think?
And that's the question we always try to put to them. The tutorial, which is our main method of ensuring that students are, as you say, engaged, that's the word I would use, is the tutorial where we probe them. Of course, they write down an essay, a text where they explain their response to a particular question. And the title of the essay will be the question. And they will write. But the tutor's role is to say, what did you mean by that?
Yeah.
Where did you get that from? You see? Do you agree with what X says? You see?
Yes.
And why, if you don't, why do you disagree? You see, it's to probe people. And the aim, therefore, is to take students out of the mode in which they think, I must know this, I must know that, I must know that, and they tick it all off, as it were, into a rather different mode, which is, how do you think? And how do you think creatively?
Yeah.
And that's going to be
Creative.
the way forward to the Nobel Prizes in China in the future.
We think so.
And actually, you know, this year, the first Nobel Prize for Medicine and Physiology, you too, or 2UU, you would call it.
Yes. She's in her like 80s already. Yeah.
And she found in artemisinin and one of the ancient Chinese remedies, one of the cures for malaria. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
But you see, that's the kind of thinking we want, isn't it? And the idea surely should be, through what you're doing, encouraging people through Study at DushuLake, to somehow produce those Nobel laureates of the future.
Thank you. Thank you very
How
much.
about that?
Yes, indeed. And you know that I think what you just described is the beauty and essence of Oxford University. The thing is that not every student, they will be accepted by University of Oxford.
Of course not, no, because we're very, very competitive. Exactly.
So what we are thinking, maybe we can open a door for them to experience Oxford during summertime. Yeah.
Exactly so, yes. So you get the experience of Oxford, whether or not you then go somewhere else.
Yes.
And there's some very good universities around the world. Oxford isn't the only one.
Yeah. But during their stay here, maybe they can learn the essence, maybe just a little bit. That will benefit the rest of their lives within.
Indeed, yes. Well, Allison and Leah, thank you very much to you both for coming to Oxford, telling us about Study at DushuLake, and telling our viewers what your program is about. We're very interested and very intrigued. Thank you. Xie.
Thank you, Professor Noble. Thank you for your time and for
pleasure.
this privilege.
Yeah, we're very honored and pleasure. Thank you so much.